You have less than 3 hours to finish your homework. Which of the following graphs represent this situation? Well, it doesn't say less than or exactly, it just says less than. And less than is like this. Now you need to remember that if the inequality is not underlined, it's an open circle. Here's a summary of that. If the inequality is not underlined, it's an open circle, and if it is underlined, it's a closed circle. But in this case, it is not underlined, so we use an open circle, so it's not automatically not A or B. Now let's talk about the answer choices that are left. Look how the arrow is going to the right on choice C. That means you have more than 3 hours, and in fact it means that you have more than 3 hours into infinity. So it's not that, because we have the less than 3 hours. This says we have less than 3 hours. Notice how it stops at 0. The reason it stops at 0 is because you can't have a negative amount of time. So D is the answer. That's the one that shows you have less than 3 hours to finish your homework. A music teacher grades on an E excellent, S satisfactory, and U unsatisfactory grading scale. A final score more than 92 earns an E, and a final score, well, first of all, and a final score of 60 or less earns a U. Any other final score earns an S. Write two inequalities, one to represent the grade of E. So you've got E, and with that E goes a 92. Now, it says more than 92, so that means more than means that it could be 90, it couldn't be, it has to be more than 92. So, E has to be greater than 92. And it also says one to represent a grade of U. Well, the U final score of 60 or less. Now that word or means it could be 60. So you put your 60. So an unsatisfactory score is less than 60, or because of the word or, it could also equal 60. Zeb says that the inequality x is greater than 60 represents a grade of S. Is Zeb correct? And explain. He is not correct, because if you choose 94, a grade of 94 is an excellent score. Because remember, anything over 92 is excellent, and this stipulation says x is greater than 60, but this is a counterexample. A grade of 94 is excellent. But 94 is greater than 60. So this is what he says. He's saying that anything greater than 60 is a satisfactory, but actually 94 is greater than 60, and it's excellent. So that's why that one's wrong. Okay, the next one. Give three numbers that are solutions to the inequality 7x minus 3. 7x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 11. Well, before you can give a solution, you got to know what range the solution falls in. So the first thing you want to do is cover up your x to see what you need to get rid of. We need to get rid of a negative 3. We always get rid of things with opposites. So the opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. So that's going to give me 7x, opposites cancel, is greater than or equal to 11 plus 3 is 14. Now this is 7 times x, and the opposite of times is divide, so I'm going to divide both sides by 7. Multiplication and division cancel, so I get x is greater than or equal to 14 divided by 7 is 2. So three numbers that are solutions to this inequality, this says the number can be greater than or equal to 2. So solutions well, since it says greater than or equal to 2, it could be 2, 3, 4. Anything larger than that works. There's a whole bunch, there's an infinite number of correct answers. Not solutions. Well, that would be anything less than that, less than 2. So 1, 0, -1, and again, you have an infinite number of possibilities.